So we're underway on court one. We've got a playoff game underway. Belgium mixed against Croatia mixed. It's the first we've seen of the Croatian mixed team. It'll be a very exciting one. This, I believe, is for 11th to 13th place. They've got like a mini group going on. And what will happen is they'll all play each other in a round robin sort of situation. It's the first we've actually seen of Croatia mixed from this tournament. Apparently in some games played very well. Croatia are one of the only countries that do have only a men and mixed division. Belgium also with 3 divisions, 3 teams in each division this time around. Their men and women in 2019 didn't actually play. It was their first Euros back in 2018, and that's when the team was actually founded. I am joined by John Rutland here today, international home nation representative for British Dodgeball. The name changes every time. We'll make it more interesting as the tournament goes along. Currently, we do only have one camera on court one, but that will change as the tournament goes on. We'll start looking into a multi-cam sort of tournament. Court one.
Good morning, Greg. We've got 2 teams here that are fairly new to European dodgeball scene still. The Croatian team, as you say, have had some really close games during the tournament so far, and it's great to see them on court number 1. Excitingly as well, Croatia are the host for next year's European Dodgeball Championships. So the team is using this as a development to increase their participation, increase the awareness of the sport in their country. And we're looking forward to travel out to Croatia next year.
Yep, the sweat stick does come out for... We're only in the second game here, so already these players already feeling the heat. And on Bruno's whistle, the set will resume. A 3-ball attack now for Croatia. A couple of fakes in there. Only the single ball gets released. Oh, and unlucky. The ball pops up for number 5 there, Luage. But as players sort of dodge out the way and then go for that catch, you sort of set yourself on that back foot. That catch that you've popped up in the air is then so much harder. Ranchek just there, close to stepping on the line, but does get hit out. Cavalier just with a single ball, and it does get picked up. That's a nice catch from number 55 there.
So Croatia take the first set with confidence. The second set is underway, and Belgium just win the middle ball.
Yeah, the highly contested one there. Both middle players with hands on the ball. And a block that left side from Dallin. And that sling throw from number 25 there. It's not a regular style of throw that we see from men.
Croatia coming back there with a good single ball hit on the Belgian player on the wing.
And the second ball gets popped up. So as the ball pops up there, Dallin just pops that up.
This mic is only working on the left side, not the right side.
It's mono. So Croatia up 3 players after some good hits out from the Croatians, but some good dodging from one side.
There.
Yeah,
good dodging from the number 2, but unfortunately number 17 looks like just got hit there by the single ball.
And that's always that one that you're never looking for, because you always see in places that multi-ball comes at one player. Your eyes sort of get distracted. That's where a lot of teams will look at picking out players for the single ball, but 3 balls come and only 1 thrown. Ball pops up. But Cavalier is somewhat distracted.
Again, Croatia win the middle ball from the start. A slower first throw from the Belgian team, just looking to come up court and releasing the single ball. But the static movement after the release just meant the Belgian player got caught on their heels, and Croatia make a good standing counter from the back of the court.
And number 89 there, Lemaire, just too high up the neutral zone and gets caught by that single ball. The second one gets released, and there's plenty of revenges this time around. Cavalier plays on that left side, Booker on that right side now with the second ball. Left in yet again for that Belgium side. Cavalier, she's been up against it all. Croatia were 4 up, now head to the 6 set point difference. And that's been some great catching from the Croatians.
Croatia starting to dominate this first half here.
Yeah. Simoncic just in the centre there. It's that low catch that we've seen her make quite a few times already in this game. Now it's the first we've seen of Sema. Sema finally makes his mixed debut on court 1. We saw him yesterday in the men's. He's one of those very quick players. And it's that arm that he releases just out of nowhere. It's that quick whip that we see also from Giuselli from the Italian side. So a nice throw from Dallin there. The high pressure from Sema as a quick foot battle happens on that left side.
Good standing counter there from the Belgian winger, just catching the Croatian player on their heels.
The ball pops up, it heads high and wide, but heads way into the net.
Yeah, no chance from the Belgian player to try and make up and catch off the court. We've seen a couple of spectacular leaps off the court with catches this weekend, but I think that one was just a little bit too far.
Yeah, a good 2 throw there. They just take out the Croatian. But in the misfire, Sema is hit out, and that's number 55. Sokovic.
And the referees are pausing time just to clarify what happened there, if the Croatian player was hit or if there was a block, and the referees called it a hit.
Yeah, Simoncic this time around not making that catch, so Belgium for the first time in this game are finally up in a set. Lemaire just being told to hold, just making sure both players have those 2 balls in hand. When you're firing singles, we've seen it time and time again in this game so far, the Croatians just getting that catch. And they finally take the set. It's the set they've been after. Maybe that momentum swing.
See there, the Belgian ball retrievers trying to get the balls lined up as quick as they can, just to make sure they're not losing any wasted time between the sets.
Yeah, so the number 7 there, it's that dodge that they look for when they go super low, but sometimes when that throw is also low, it clips your back. Croatia trying to punish Belgium there, releasing at 2 separate targets, maybe not quite on the same page as who they're throwing at. Sema, that middle player, very acrobatic, but with a big arm, maybe not wasted in the middle, but certainly could be a lot more beneficial on the right side. He's got that arm that whips forward, but as we say that, Sema just gets hit on the toe on the track back. A good double ball attack there. Kolar just gets hit out on the 2 ball. But Dalen gets hit out for Belgium in the same play. Oh, and that's a good catch there. Cavilla unlucky there on the catch. She almost reads it before it's even been thrown. Great positioning, just not quite getting her hands around it. Yep, Louage on that left side there, just with that neutral zone block. It's sort of that split dodge, and they're blocking that ball down. Unlucky there on the standing counter, but Croatia now been given 4 balls. A lot more to play with, a lot more tactics that come out of it.
Strong block there from Belgium.
And in the same play, Belgium have now been given 4. You've only now got 3 players, not much to do with the 4th ball this time around. And 2 singles thrown. An interesting tactic. It's something we don't see from a lot more of the experienced teams, but these teams that are new, very new to Europe, don't have those established leagues, and doesn't quite get his hand out the way. He's gone for that catch. And now the Belgians are being punished. That single ball by single ball that they gave away earlier.
Coming back to that point around the player that was releasing the ball with 2 balls in his hand. Lots of players have been doing that this weekend, and you really can't get the power that you can by just holding 1 ball. You'll notice some of the more experienced players will be placing the spare ball down on the floor near them, getting the full power into that single ball throw, and then quickly picking up that second ball to either use as a block or to then release for that second time. A lot smarter play by doing that, and something I'm sure we'll see some more of the experienced players later on today.
Oh, Sema, he tries to get out of the way, and this time he does that run off court. He's got to be careful there, because if he's running off court not with his hands up, he's going to get blue carded if he runs in front of a player. That ball is in motion. There
were plenty of those yesterday. Referees were really hot on that, making sure the players were following the rules correctly.
Yeah.
The rule's actually there to protect players as well. If players aren't raising their hands up, the opposition can't tell if they know they've been hit or not. So they may get hit by a second ball when they're not paying as much attention. So yes, it seems a bit of a rule to let the referees know, but actually it is there for the players' safety. And Sema just getting caught high up the court again.
That's unlucky there. Louage just jumped up, gone to grab that ball, but not quite got grasps on it. And the two-ball attack from Croatia proves very deadly this time around.
Croatia's two-ball attack is really effective here. Really good power. The ball's not in exactly the same position, which is good, making it harder to dodge out of the way, causing Belgium a lot of challenges in this first half.
Belgium do give that payback. They apply that two-ball attack that Croatia have been doing so far in this game, and Belgium head forward for the two-ball attack, but they decide to throw at different targets, something that isn't favoured. And Lemaire, unfortunately, with a slight bit of distraction, gets punished by that single ball. Dallin left, the only player left now in this. A block, a single ball throw.
Again, in that situation, the Belgian player choosing to throw at the player with the block ball. Although that player was higher up the court, it might have been more effective to maybe hit one of the Croatian players that would be more tempted to make a catch. And as the Belgian player tracks back, he's hit out, unfortunately. So Croatia taking a 10-2 lead in this first half.
Yep. Belgium do want that quick reset, but nothing has to be reset straight away. What does happen with this is that 20-second timer between sets is being given out for the sole reason that it gives both teams that opportunity to set up. Sema with that quick release, he's not quite got that technique down of throwing the ball back perfectly. He's definitely first to the ball every time, but very close to an invalid there.
Oh, nearly there. Hit the Belgian player who was tempted to reach the ball, but probably made the right decision.
Anna Polani there, the line ref for this game, just making sure that when players go out, they go out in the correct order, that if a catch is made, they return to court in the correct order. If they don't, they'll be sent straight back to the outbox.
Just two Belgian players left in here against the three of Croatia, with the seconds ticking away. And Croatia take the set with 3 players to 2, meaning they take a 12-2 lead into half-time, I think. Yep, half-time has been called. Both sets of players will regroup now. Coaches and captains will be having a think about how effective they've been in this half. Croatia taking a dominant lead in this first half so far. But Belgium showing some real potential, some really good dodging, some good timing in their throws. But Croatia just having the stronger two-ball attack in this first half.
So for the second half, Belgium have really got to realign some of the things that they've been doing. Those balls that they're getting every time, that 3 and 4 ball, they're only looking at releasing that single ball at different targets. They've got to make sure they're on the same page. Otherwise, it's just going to be a Croatia runaway here. If you're in that Croatian huddle now, John, what is it that you need to be doing in terms of making sure that you play this game out? What would you be telling them?
I think they're playing really well, so you want them to keep doing what they're doing. They are being really controlled. You saw the end of this first half. They weren't rushing what they were doing. They were in complete control. Keep using their double running counters, their double 2-ball attacks. It's been really effective so far. And just make sure that they're staying alive a little bit. They're getting out cheaply for some hits, but really impressed with the Croatians in this first half.
So second half just about to get underway, and the whistle is blown from Bruno, co-head ref here for the tournament out in Draken. We've spoke about it a little. It's lovely to see that there are so many teams out here, and that 2-ball attack this time around, clinical from Belgium. That delayed ball just making Kolic is sent to the outbox, and there's another one, a single ball. Some poor blocking from Lonka. Oh, and a great catch. 6 now for the Belgium. They've come out rocking and rolling in this second half.
And time pause there by the head referee. It looks like the Belgian player didn't come in from the back of the court there, so the line judge rightly says the player has been called out for coming in from the side of the court.
So 3 balls now for Belgium. That 2-ball attack this time around. Only 1 ball thrown in favour of Belgium. Maybe a smart decision. You're 5-2 up in this set. Obviously 1 minute 45 to go. That is a 1-for-1. The ball pops up, and
It's not a 1-for-1, is it?
Lonka, as the ball is live in the air, on his track back, still manages to get it. Maybe a bit of luck on the deflection, and what has happened there is what was a 5v2, a catch in the right direction, now a 3v3. And Simoncic just making sure the Belgian player is hit out. Some great pressure in that neutral zone.
And 2 big single ball hits there. The Belgian player just trying to collect that ball that was in their half, but unfortunately the Croatian player read it really well and made the hit down low on the player.
Yeah, maybe a lack of experience from the Belgium side there. Maybe not playing out the set the best they could. They were actually 5-2 up at one point, 1 minute 40 to go, and in a matter of 40 seconds, that set closed out from Croatia from a couple of smart plays. But 2 head out from Croatia. Yet again, Belgium making those smart hits early on. Let's see if this time around they can close out the set. The ball pops up high. Maybe for a second thinks that they might be able to jump it, but sees how far it is actually going.
A huge cover there, forcing the Belgian to panic a little bit, but Croatia playing with their really controlled style, not releasing, setting to then release some multi-balls, and then hectically throwing a double throw and then 2 singles at different players, not getting any hits.
And a great single ball, the power behind that, taking out 2 players, but a catch in return.
That's always the risk you run with a single ball attack, that players will make the catch a lot easier to catch a single ball than being thrown at from 2 or 3 balls at a time.
And the sling throw from a lot of the Belgians, a lot of power comes from this, but can be very inaccurate. Oh, and that catches, has no right to catch that. 2 balls in hand as the jumper.
Referees are just clarifying what's happened there. He had a ball in his hand there, Greg. What an incredible catch it looked like from here. The referee's now discussing what happened. But what I can see there is that was an incredible catch.
Oh. But I think the discussion here may be, but the catch player that has entered the court maybe not quite entered from the back. So the efforts from that amazing catch that we saw could all be for nothing.
Just purely for the skill there. I hope that Belgium stay alive in this set to see if they can take out the victory. What a catch. A long discussion from the referees here.
Now, if the player is allowed to enter the court, it will be a 1-for-1. It will be player 13 for Belgium, De Wild, and 1 player for Croatia. I believe it's College that is still left in for the Croatian side. So the discussion does go on, just a couple of players being brought in for it. Maybe she wasn't sure if the catch actually counted, so maybe hopped on court, hopped off court, and maybe that's the discussion that they're having. Plenty more games to come on court 1 later through the day. Some great games ahead, plenty more knockouts to be had. If you want to hang around, you can make sure you subscribe to the Dodgeball Netherlands page. So this set will continue. Both teams with 1 player. It's the players we mentioned earlier. De Wild against College. 3 balls for Croatia. A very steady College hangs around the court.
So the Croatian player waiting for the play ball, trying to waste a little bit more time.
And Belgium now with the 3 balls. Croatia happily going to play this set out. He's just looking for that right time. You can see his movements being ever so careful.
Good blocking there, just forcing more throws from the Belgian player, just trying to tire them out a little bit.
And he's played that same block every time. He understands what he needs to do in this set. He's happy to play the timeout, whether it's a draw or not. Here he comes, ready to strike. No hit this time around, but he's got to track back himself. just about 10 seconds left in this game. And they'll play that set out all day long. They don't need to rush anything. They don't want to risk the catch.
I'm really liking the controlled way Croatia are playing. They're not trying to force anything. They're in control and very confident with what they're doing. That's going to stand them in really good position moving forward to next year's Euros, where they've got that control. They'll just be now looking to develop their tactics and tactical understanding. But with that control, they're going to be able to use lots of different tactics and learn from this Euros to really apply it moving forward.
Yeah, and that's always the great thing to look forward to, Euros by Euros, that experience grows within each team. Belgium already developing so much over this tournament. You've seen it time and time again. Even in this game itself, Croatia have run away with it in places, but Belgium in those sets that have been so close, they've played so smart, and yet again, one of those catches that has just stuck behind another ball.
I think you can see the benefits of having a strong league. Belgium have got a good club structure now in their country that is feeding into this national team. So they're going to be using that experience, So this year is taking it back to their club teams in their leagues, and their dodgeball is just going to get even stronger.
And as the block pops the ball up, that ball is still live. It finally gets picked up. And number 77, Dirk, he picks up that catch, taken 2 in that set, and a very good set for Belgium. 8 minutes to play in this game. Possible for 5 sets in this game.
Going to need to be quick sets there, but they've got the ball set up very quickly. Good work from their ball retrievers.
Now, I do believe the rule set is if that whole game is tied after the 30 minutes, they'll play a 3-minute set. After the 3-minute set, if things are tied after that, they'll play a sudden death, in which the next player that is out, that team will lose. So it can be a very harsh way in going out, but that's how the game is played out.
We've seen some tight games in previous Euros where that sudden death situation has been used. An incredible way to win a match, but absolutely heartbreaking if you're on the losing side of that situation.
We've seen it in several finals. I believe the last 2 or 3 women's semi-finals has gone to a sudden death. Dirk this time taken out early in the set, just to make sure that he isn't making those catches that left side. And that's unlucky there for Kabalic. He just pops that ball up, and yet again we've seen it when a lot of dodging is made with the knees. The ball heads up very high.
And the Belgian player just trying to dodge over the top of it, and 2 quick hits in quick succession, leaving Belgium 1 player down in this set.
Croatia up in this set, and yet again they've been very, very clinical in the throws that they've been making. And that 2-ball attack, yet again, 1 high, 1 low. And Croatia have done it time and time again in that set. The 2-ball attack heads one way. Lonkar just keeps his eyes in front of him, and he's making sure he takes that target out with a single ball.
Croatia now with a 6-set lead. It's going to need a miracle from Belgium to get anything out of this match now. Croatia will be looking to just slow the game down, use the full 3 minutes, and try and just manage the sets and manage the games. Good cover there from the middle player, but the player on the wing. Kudovic will just be disappointed with himself there. He should have moved out the way of the block ball, but maybe was distracted a little bit with the player in the middle trying to make the block. Ivanovic again just hit out there. Went for the high dodge, nearly got over the top of it, but just clipped his ankles. Good throwing power there from a static position from Croatia. Nice high throw on the Belgian player trying to leap over the top.
And that Belgium 2-ball attack now at the same target, unfortunately this time around not making the hit. And a good trade, and all the trades happening around.
Logka really looking to sprint up the court. She's done it on a couple of occasions there, making the hits, but also then unfortunately getting himself out. And a good team throw there from Croatia, making sure they're making the hits. The timing's slightly off, but doesn't matter. Different ball heights, just causing the Belgian player not knowing which ball to try and track to make the catch. And a timeout has been called. Both teams will be given 1 minute to try and change things tactically.
That timeout often used in places where you want to build a slight bit of momentum.
And Croatia, first team back on court from the timeout.
19-5 up, 7 sets separate them and Belgium. 3 minutes 33 left on that.
Referees have just clarified this, 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on clock.
So all Croatia really need to do now is last out this set. Whether they win or lose, it's almost impossible for Belgium to make the comeback.
Strong blocking, and again, that sprint up court, but great catch from the Belgian player in the middle. Lonka really disappointed with himself. The speed up the court was fantastic, but wasn't joined with his teammates. It was just a single ball throw, which was comfortably caught by the Belgian player. Good 2-ball attack and a single ball just to try and hold back the winger on Belgium's side, just to make sure they don't release that ball. And Belgium get the hit. Kabalic again disappointed with himself. The balls were thrown individually, probably should have got the block away, but good speed from the Belgian players. And a bit of a stalk dodge there on the wing.
Yeah, they're just moving out of the way of that leg up position, and very lucky there, because as he looks away, a single ball comes in.
Four players left on court for both sides.
And a good unlucky there. The 3-ball attack comes in, and he's been making a couple of catches in this set and in this game, but this time not successful. So a 3v1 now, Croatia to happily play this set out. And as one Croatian is hit, the Belgium is hit in return.
Some of the games have finished, so you'll spot their players trying to get through to the main convenience of the stand. The referee will be hoping to stop that to get this game underway with just 2 minutes left on court. Time's been paused.
And Belgium do pick up that middle ball from the rush, but don't do anything with it. They decide to set, and finally a 2-ball attack is made. Longcar taken out, and he's the first to head to the outbox in this set. Now what they'll be looking for, despite losing this game, they play in the set. They play in that round robin for 13th place, so even if you're losing this, it's taking those set points into that mini group.
One thing for Belgium to work on, I think, is their starts. They're really good at winning that middle ball, but they're just waiting and holding to throws. A quick start off the one of the quicker non-contested balls really adds to their arsenal of different tactics in there. Good catch there at wide on the Belgian player, and a 1-for-1.
One player left in for Croatia. We've seen her play a lot of game time in this game. Sokovic. And is it not hit out? She jumps over it. She's now got 4 or 5 balls on her side.
Some good dodging there. Again, running up with 2 balls, just not allowing herself to get a full throwing motion there to get the full power. See that second throw there a lot better. And as we see in return, a leap of faith from the Belgian player.
And a nice leap of faith at that. It isn't a super aggressive one. We've seen some leap of faith where they leap towards the player. This time, a nice leap of faith just to the side. And it's nice to see, because that is something that is spoke about in terms of safety of players. So some nice play from Debates there. And 27 first out for Croatia. Longcar yet again first to leave. Oh, and that's so unlucky. Ball pops up, and it looks like he might be able to take it. That second delayed ball, perfect timing, perfect delayed ball comes in and just distracts him for long enough.
And one out on each side. Some pressure from the wing from Croatia, just forcing the Belgian player back. There's 2 single ball releases there from Belgium, trying to catch the Croatian players off guard, but they're fairly low and easy to dodge out of the way.
And that single ball just picked up. Maybe Croatia not quite on the same page of that. Only a single ball gets released, and we've seen plenty of that in the Euros, those single balls catched.
Nice toe shot there. And that hit doesn't count, meaning the last game was drawn 2 players all.
So the final result for that game, Croatia 22 to Belgium's 8. A great game for that 13th placed positional playoff. They are in that round robin group, and that will continue to play on. Now, if you want to continue watching on Court 1, hang right where you are, and you should be auto played into the next game. If not, you can hang right back to the Dodgeball Netherlands YouTube channel, subscribe while you're there, and head to all the Court 1 games later on today. For now, it's a bye from me and
a bye from me. Thanks, Greg.
No worries at all.